Hi, this time I want to introduce you mind mapping tools, and one of the very popular tool is Freemind. So, what are mind mapping tools? For great mind mapping tools, actually, mind mapping help us with the process of drawing up diagrams, and it can help us and present our text or ideas in visual aids. And this visual aids will show relations between various ideas, tasks, or information. So, for mind mapping tools, it is very useful than just writing down keywords or sentences, and it will help your brain remember more easily. And it will help you come up with new ideas because of the diagram, the visual aids. Freemind is very popular because first, it is free, and then second, it is very easy to install and quick to install. And it's very easy to understand and use. And therefore, it is one of the more popular tools. You can download Freemind from the following URL. This is what Freemind look like. The words can be colorful, but you have to change the fonts. For the start point is in black, but there's several functions that you can change it. And what's the best mind mapping tool? This is a list of some very popular mind mapping tools, and the voters are internet users. So in total there are more than 4,000 users to vote for their favorite mind mapping tools. And from this list, we can see that Freemind is one of the most popular tools, and actually it reigns second among the list. So who is number one? From this list, you can see that Xmind is the number one. It got the most votes, and both Freemind and Xmind can be used for the Windows or Mac or Linux. And this is what Xmind look like. So what's best mind mapping tool? Actually, it depends so much on how you use mind maps, because for some mind mapping tools, their functions might vary, and the visual aids or the diagram look sometimes different from each other. So why do people use mind mapping tools? Some of them use them for study, or for planning projects, or for organizing information. For me, I always use it to organize my information. I think it's very useful, and it will help me to organize ideas. For some people, it is helpful because it will help you spark ideas and facilitate brainstorming sessions. Actually, for mind mapping tools, some use them while planning the writing of a report or a blog post. And some mind map alone, and others mind map in groups. So here it tells us that for mind mapping tools such as Freemind, you can use it yourself or you can use it as a group. If you're going to do a group project or work, you can use Freemind or mind mapping tool to help your group to organize ideas. Even though mind mapping tools are very useful, however, they still have some limitations. For example, like most mind mapping tools do confine users to a strict tree hierarchy diagram. So it is the limits of these mind mapping tools. Actually, the number one mind mapping tool on the list is Xmind. I think the reason why X-Line receive a lot of votes is because that it provides more varieties of diagrams for people to choose from, and it provides different services, many services, different kind of functions or models for users to choose. However, for a beginner, I mean, for someone who haven't had the experience of using mind mapping tool, I will recommend Freemind because Freemind is very easy and it's always free. For Xmind, to a certain extent, it charges you if you need further functions. So what follows, we're going to proceed to Freemind tutorial. This is a tutorial about Freemind. After install Freemind software into your computer or your laptop, you can start to use it. When you open it, you will see this window, and in the center is the theme. Here you can see the interface and the menu bar are in Chinese. Actually, you can also pick the English one, so it depends on your preferences. And from here we can see these menu bar, drop down menu here, and also some useful marks. Before and after the editing, the circle is round. However, if you want to change name for the theme or ideas, you can just click and edit, and the frame will become a square under the editing status. If you want to build a new branch, add more branch here, you can click your mouse on the right and you will see the drop down menu, and then you can insert or add a new branch to your major theme. After adding some branches, actually you can move branches around either upward or downward. So we will continue adding branches to enrich Freemind map. So here you see that I add 3 branches to the major theme. How to move branches? Actually, you can move branches around whenever you like. Here, if you're going to move the branch, that means you're going to change the hierarchy. For example, like for body program, I add 3 branches: English, the subject English, physical education, and mathematics. And now I want to move mathematics above the subject English. So I simply drag mathematics onto here. So later on it will show you like this. So simply use the drag and stop movements, and then you can move the branch around and change the order of branches. Next, I'm going to introduce how to change branch fonts, sizes, or colors. In Chinese version, on the upper left corner, you will see the function format 格式, and you can change font sizes and others there. So this is what it looked like. I choose format, and it will pop up a drop down menu. So here you can enlarge the words or downsize the word, make it italic, bold, or change the colors, etc. Just choose what you want. So after revision, the result is like this. You can always modify it later. Actually, you can also set up links for branches. And the link could be a website URL, music or even flash games. I will show you how to do it. Here, you just press and click on the right of the mouse, and then the drop down menu will appear. Here you will see edit or add, and here is add link, files, etc. So it will help you, and I simply just find out a piece of music in my computer or somewhere stored in my USB, and then I can link it. So then later on, if I click this subject, the link here, did you see the arrow? Have you seen it? That means it will link you to a file or a website URL, or like here I insert a music. So when I click this word here, the music will pop out and you will hear the music. Basically, this is a brief introduction of using Freemind. So after some Q&A session, you can start to use Freemind. Finally, I want to introduce you to very important functions. One is save the file, and the other is output diagram. You need to always remember that you have to save the diagram that you draw on the Freemind, so later on you can still make revisions or do revisions you want. If you don't save the file, later on you cannot revise it. So be sure that you save the file. In Chinese version, on the upper left corner, you will see the function File 档案. So here you click it and you see this drop down box, drop down menu. You just click Save Files and give a name, and you will get the file. And it's like, for example, like this, like freemind.mm. Okay. And for this file you saved, you'll be able to revise it later. Next, I want to tell you how to output the diagrams, because sometimes if the computer does not install Freemind, then probably you cannot view this diagram. So, and you have to install it. So if you're going to do a presentation, it's not very convenient since you have very short time. So you need to output your diagram. And so the same, on the upper left corner, you will see this file function. And here you see output. You can output in Freemind, you can output it in different format. You can output it as HTML or as a like picture format, for example, like PNG or JPEG or even PDF file. So depending on your purposes or your preferences, you would choose how to output your diagram. Normally I will pick JPEG or PNG, so then I can have a clear picture of my diagram. So be sure to save the file and output it if you're going to carry this diagram with you. Here comes the Q&A session. Question number 1. Is Freemind a tool that often presents your idea in text? The answer to question number 1 is no. Actually, Freemind presents our ideas not only in text, but also as a diagram or as a visual aids. And that's why it is very useful, because for the audience or the readers, we don't just see text, and for the author, the writer ourselves. We don't just see text. Question number 2. Why is Freemind, a mind mapping tool, so popular? Do you remember there are at least 3 reasons to make it so popular? Have you figured it out? Let's see the answer. Okay. First, it is free, and second, it's easy to install and easy to use, and it's very easy to understand, and that's why it is very popular. Question number 3. How to change range word found in color? Or actually you can also change theme word font and color by using those functions. The answer is, on the upper left corner you will see this function here, and you click formats and you will see this drop down menu, and from this drop down menu you can just choose something, for example like enlarge sizes, choose something that you want to change, and that's it. Thank you very much for your attention. This is a film about Freemind tutorial, and also introduce you some basic concepts and comparison about mind mapping tools.